Hey gang, it's a red letter day today. It's a full moon in Pisces, and I think it is a good day to decant some of my infused oils. Now, I've been playing around with herbs and oils and infusions for a little while now. The hardest part for this Aries is to wait. I got patience like nothing. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this one more shake. This is broadleaf plantain oil, which I picked out of the garden, or, well, not necessarily the garden. Actually, most of these things are right in your lawn. The things that a lot of you want to get rid of. This stuff, plantain, it looks like a spoon, and it's very flat. And right now it has spires and seeds that are starting to turn brown. And it's September. Okay. This stuff will pull poison out of wounds in your skin and will help soothe, skin conditions. And I have a lot of skin conditions, and I'm sick and tired of using the pharmaceutical crap. I'm sick of using like steroids. And this stuff is free. You can eat it. It's like spinach. It tastes pretty good, actually. People go look a little weird when, hey, she's out there eating the lawn again. So anyway, I started making this last month during the new black moon. I don't know if the moon really does help or not, but I think it does, because if it changes the tides, it can change everything else, including your brain. All right. So after we had put so much plantain leaf, which, we cut it all up, and you probably can't see. Yeah, you can see it. Look at that. And make sure you put a label on it, because one thing you don't want to do, you got to check it, move it a few times, and make sure it doesn't get any mold. Easy to do, and then once you put it all together, you stick it in a closet, cool closet, for at least 4 weeks, sometimes 6 to 8, depending what you're making. Now this stuff has got plantain leaves and stems. It has got avocado oil. It's the first time I'm using avocado oil, but I'm also mixing it with olive oil. This stuff is expensive, some of it. Some people will use something even better than that, like apricot oil or grapeseed oil. You could use that too for your skin. And we put a little bit of vodka in it and a sprig of yarrow leaf. And this is for external use only. So what we're going to do, see if I can feel it leaked a little bit. Oh, thank you, God, it opened. Oh, it's a lovely olive green. Now, this is the coolest thing I ever got. It's a handy-dandy French coffee press. And there's probably bigger ones for those who have a lot of, herbs to do. But for those of us who are doing this in the kitchen or whatever, this is great. And they don't cost that much. I think it was $10 or something like that. So take the baby out. Ooh. Got a screen in it. Some of you guys know exactly. Ooh, that smells pretty good. Which is good. We got to watch out that oil does not get rancid. And so here we go. Oh, yummy. That is coming out pretty good. That's a lot of oil. Now I'm going to try to put it back into this. Sorry, you can't see me. Back into this bottle, because I'm not quite ready to finish it yet. We can use it this way, but my goal is to make salve. Now, I haven't made any salve yet. Well, yeah, I kind of have. But making salve with beeswax. You melt a little bit of beeswax in with this oil and get it so that it hardens up a little bit. And then you can put it in jars or those little tinny things that, you don't really need much of. And I'm going to try really hard not to screw this up. Might have to pause this, because I wanted to get all the leaves out, but it's taking forever. Some people probably got a really cool method for this, or they would have just decanted it into a new jar. And I'm lazy. Get all my jars for free, try to save them. These are glass jars. I don't use plastic. I don't know if you'd want to use metal. probably not, especially with tinctures. But you have to check out, the real herbalist for that. I think we got most of it. Oh, got one more. One more little leaf. Come on. I don't mind a few little leaves in there, because the leaves themselves, traditionally, were used as a poultice. Especially for stings and spider bites, things like that. But, call 911 too, guys. But, back when there just wasn't that kind of stuff, this was the medicine, right? Okay, some people would use a cheesecloth or a muslin bag. But what we're going to do, whoops, I'm going to put my press in and try not to mess this up. And then we're just going to press it like that. Isn't this neat? And you can get quite a bit of filtered oil just like that. So I'm going to put it back in our jar, because our jar is already labeled and everything. So, we have I always want to have a date. You don't want things going rancid or anything like that. Oh yeah, this is great. This is looking very good. And you're probably like, what the heck is she doing? What our great-grandmothers did. Especially if there wasn't a lot of money and there wasn't a doctor to be found. I mean, nothing wrong with, what medicine has out there. But unfortunately, they've also forgotten some of the benefits of things that we already have in our backyard. And I find it fascinating. The more I read about it and listen to things like on YouTube, and there's some great herbalists, like Matt Wood. She's in the forest, something like that. She's great. Oh my God, Susan Weed. Thank God these guys shared, what they learned, their training, with us. Of course, you've got to be very careful. If you do not know how to identify the stuff in your own backyard, please just, order it from a good bulk herbal supply company. That way, you don't have to worry about what you're putting in. Especially got, kids and everything like just because this is a plant doesn't mean it ain't poison. So let's get this little guy here, and what we will do is we'll just kind of keep this until I'm ready to put it in a hot saucepan and gently heat it with the beeswax. And then I'll probably, divide it up into sections. Some sections I'll use just this, because you never know if you're allergic. So until you find out if you're not allergic to, certain single herbs, you shouldn't mix them together really, unless you're absolutely sure you're not allergic. And, especially if you're going to use them internally. But, you could get a rash, you could get hives or something like that. And then my plan is to, I have another one here, which I will do the same thing too. This is chickweed, another weed that is really, really good for your skin in a salve or in an oil. Some of these, when in oil, like mullein, for instance, helps with pain. So we're learning as we go, and we'll do the same thing with this one. But at some point, what I'm probably going to do is a lot of these that do have to do with the skin, I will mix. Just a few here, a few there, and use beeswax. I've got a couple of other things that I'm probably going to be using mullein, and hopefully we'll have a nice kind of like, I don't want to say Vaseline, but that little consistency, a little more stiffer than that. And then you can use it on your hands. I mean, you can see the oil's already on my hands, and that's certainly not going to hurt anything. As long as you're not allergic. And not a bad smell. And you could put a drop of lavender in there if you like lavender, or maybe even mint. But watch it though. Mint you don't want in your eyes, and you might, like I said, if you're allergic, don't do it. So that's part of my little learning experience. And if you have nothing else to do, try it. I mean, what the heck? Just like I said, make sure you can identify your own plants. There's like all kinds of stuff on the internet and books and things like that. 3, make sure. If you don't, get it from the health food store, bulk herbs like online and stuff like that, and you'll know what you got. And read. So that's my little experiment for now. If I ever get to the salve part, I'll let you know. Thanks.